Dzień dobry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back from shooting last night. I played a Russian officer during the Second World War. And my speech is in English. I live in Koszalin because my father was born here, my grandfather in Dobrzyce. The first time I wanted to go to Koszalin, it was after the wall comes down, 1990. And a colleague of mine from the Schwerin Schauspielhaus and me, we would like to go across the border to Koszalin. And I came to the border with my friend. He has a red passport, a green passport, because I come from Western Germany, he from Eastern Germany. And the guy from Western Germany, he could drive to Koszalin, not me. And I asked the officer, why? We speak the same language, and now the wall is down, and he said, no, you need a visa. I said, give me the visa, and then I go forward. And he said, no, it takes 14 days. And I said, okay, at this point I don't want to come back to Poland and get now the country where my father was born. This was so crazy. My friend and I, we both had been Germans, you know. But 2012, I come back to learn a big part for the German television. It's called Bismarck, and I played Bismarck. And I come to Mielno and learn for 4 weeks, 120 pages of my text. So that was the reason I come back and have a look around this wonderful area here, Pomerania, where my family comes from. Nobody controlled me. I could just cross the border with my car from Berlin to Koszalin. This is freedom. This is Europe for me, United States of Europe. Important for culture too. We are Germans, you are mostly Polish here, I think so. We need no bridges. Culture is the strongest pillar of these bridges. If culture dies, we are dying. For me, it's very important that I can work all over the world. I worked in Sweden, so I directed in Sweden. I learned a little, I snackar lite Swedish now. Great Britain, Czechoslovakia, Hungary, Spain, Austria, Switzerland, USA, and Russia. Now I'm here. Important for this countryside here is that we are come together, you know. I think it's not necessary to build new walls and borders against the refugees. All the people that want to come and work here, also in Germany, they could come. There's no path to peace. Peace is the path, like Mahatma Gandhi said. We live in times where there is a lot of fear. People are afraid of strangers. If they have another skin color, if they come from Syria, even from Germany, you know. There was some saying in German, there was a saying in Germany, mach Urlaub in Polen, dein Auto ist schon da. Make holidays in Poland, your car is already there, you know. And the Polish people said, they have also a speech. Before the Germans come here with military tanks, now they come with the money. You are laughing, but sometimes it's a bit horrible for me, you know. So the wall is down 25 years ago, you know. But sometimes it is like this, you know. But I think we have to transform this and transform such prejudice or clichés. Greed is the root of all this, and we have to pull these roots out. We can accomplish so much music and theater. We are actors and musicians like before. Culture is a wonderful bridge, bringing the people together. I just had the honor to play at the Wybrzeże Theater in Gdansk, and I played a German play in the German language, of course, during the German week. I played Ernest Hemingway, the last half an hour of his life, translated into Polish, and they put it onto the wall like this, and they all understand. I played in German language, and it was unbelievable for me. 3 days later, I had the premiere in Germany, and said, oh no, I go back to Gdansk. There was happy and standing ovations. It was absolutely fantastic, you know. And my idea is next year we start a TV show, The Fisher of Pomerania. It's a German, Polish, Swedish, British co-production, directed by my friend Marco Wojciechowski. He's a Polish man from Koszalin, a young, wonderful director. And Martina Karl from Germany. and a little bit by myself. We have always to be aware that we are one big nation. Of course, there are quite a lot of different countries in this European nation. Of course, the Brexit is a real bad thing, but we will see how everything will develop. We can't be that we all fall apart. We can't be that we all follow this path of fear, you know. I loved Europe. I love the idea of Europe, also in the culture. All my artists in Łódź, in Koszalin, maybe, I don't know it here, because the first time I came into this theater, they said, we don't want to work with you now and in future. But anyway, I'm on stage now, here. It's a big surprise. Yeah? But anyway, I'm living here in the Wiesperskirche, and it's wonderful. Most of the time I have to go out to earn some money to make my projects here. We have to believe in ourselves. We have to take things into our own hands. All power comes from the people. We should not let yourselves be seduced into some kind of movements that bring back bad memories of the Third Reich in Germany. Germany is very difficult at now, and the Eastern German part, 30%, is going back into the past. It's horrible. We should come together and work together. We should focus on what we have in common and not what separates us. We should take with each other. The strongest bridge, and this is my motto of my theater, the strongest bridge are built from the stones of fallen walls. And my theater is TAK, Theater TEDxKoszalin Kłobrzeg, and TAK, TAK we can, I think. And English is very important. For example, in the shopping malls, I went to the shopping malls here in Koszalin. We need tourism here in our city. And this is my second homeland, of course. They shoot a documentary about my life here, and they showed it in Germany. Doppelte Heimat. If you go to the Bayerische Rundfunk, you can find this show. And I think it's very important for us to speak English first. This is the language of Europe for me. And if you go for shopping into these big malls, you have more than, I think, 400,000 tourists. I think English is very important. And if you would like to buy something, nobody speaks English in these shopping malls. Maybe 10%, but it's the same in Germany. I tried to change it also in Germany. And of course, I try to learn Polish. By the way, it's really difficult, because it's much more difficult than Japanese or Chinese. My gosh, but you know, the most of the time I have to go out of this country, earn money, come back and do my projects. And I think we have to come together. For me, it's Europe a really big thing, the biggest thing in my heart, that I can stay here on this stage in Poland. Believe me, I think 30 years ago, it never worked. It would not go on like this way. And in Germany, I say it also, I'm a refugee. My father was born here, and from Pomerania, and my mother in Kaliningrad. And of course, the Kaliningrad is now Russia, this is Poland, and I'm a child of refugees, you know? And we should never lose humanity, understanding and compassion out of sight. That is also the reason that I organized the first International Music and Theater Days in Kłobrzeg. I was a little bit sad because they don't want to work with me here in Koszalin, I don't know why. But in Kłobrzeg, I have open doors. And the mayor of Kłobrzeg said, Mr. Bromek said, oh, God, that's a good idea. And also the culture center. You see, there are some difference, only 40 kilometers out from Koszalin to Kłobrzeg. But it works. I invited my friends. They come for no money to support my idea, yeah, to help me. And it works. From Italy, from Great Britain, from Poland. My wife has her Ensemble Lungomare, Wiltrud Weber, and the Ensemble Lungomare, and the violinist from the Philharmonic Orchestra, Koszalin, Adam Vogelsinger, brought her all the musicians. Now she have a quartet, quintet, and they do music. And I invited them to Germany this is Europe for me, that we can work together. I worked here also, this is the last story of this evening, of this afternoon. I work in Germany also as a speaker, and I do CDs from books, out of books. And I thought, oh no, I don't want to go back to Berlin every time, back and return. And of course, the first thing we have to organize is the new motorway from Berlin to TEDxKoszalin, Gdansk. From Berlin to Szczecin, 150 kilometers, I need 1.5 hours. From Szczecin to Koszalin, I need 2.5. So I think this is Europe. We have to find the money for the new ways, or maybe a train that goes a little bit faster and stops not every time. And but back to the story, I did this here. I asked for Mikrofonica as a studio here in Koszalin. Tomek is here. And I asked him, could I do my recordings here in Koszalin? Of course. And then I get a wonderful tone engineer, sound engineer, Milos. And Milos helps me. And I said, Torsten, stop. This was wrong German. He understands no word. But he listened 2 months. He is listening to my words I read out of this book. And it was fantastic for me. This is Europe. And by the way, he said, Torsten, so I learn English. My idea was I come to this theater, Baltic Dramaten Theater. I'm a little bit good-known person in Germany. And I said, I work for the same money here. I would like to come here and work. So for me, it's the best way to learn Polish if I have a rehearsing every day. In Polish, and you have a script with words that I know, and in the end, after 6 weeks, my Polish might be much better. And another friend of mine, Ansgar, he is a farmer. He's also a German. He built up big farmhouses with colleagues from Poland, and this is Europe for me. And Richard Strojewski, if anybody knows him, or somebody knows him, Richard has an English school here. He is teaching English. And I think this is the way to come together. Die stärkste Brücke der Vereinigung, Zusammenkommen, the strongest bridge are built of stones of falling walls. Thank you.